Hello guys, my name is Gloria Susan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe now. And you can find me on Facebook, Gloria Susan, and Instagram, of course, IG, Gloria Susan. And today I'm joined with my friends. Yes, they can tell us their names.
Hi, my name is Shema Kigame. I'm 16 years old in my girls' high school, and yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Christopher, and I finished high school some 4 years ago. Thank God, thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Nama.
Hakuna fuel, hakuna gas.
I don't like details.
Hi guys, my name is Joshua and I'm glad to be on this channel today. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Today we want to talk about high school life. So, hey, I don't know where to start, but let me ask you guys, tell us your first day experience.
In high school.
Newcomer, new glory.
Your day one experience.
You don't remember the freshest.
Okay, the first day. The first day was scary because I'd never been to such a big school before. And there was so many. The school I was in before, there were only 16 people in a class. But when I went there, all classes were like 50 people. So I was so scared. But the first day I was so silent. Nobody knew my name. I sat at the back in the corner, and people later came to know me. Slowly, but yeah, that was the first day for me.
So you felt loneliness, something like that?
No, I was scared. Hey.
And you?
See, for me, my first day in GS1, I happened to go to a school. Imagine going to a school whereby your mom's elder brother runs the school. You understand the pain. You won't even be allowed to. And actually, I didn't start with that school, by the way. I started with a different school close to my mom's school where she works. She works as a government teacher. So, but when I go in the morning, I'm supposed to be back at home at 4 p.m. But I do go home at 6 p.m., 6:30. So the only thing I do is just to branch after coming from school. I branch where there are bicycles. I pay 30 naira, and then I ride bicycle. In fact, I ride for tomorrow, the next day coming. So the day my mom caught me, because that day she changed my school. First day in school, I was really, I had a kind of small stature, and you get, but meeting people who are very, very big, they are huge. You even look at them like this, say good morning. Even you're even scared to call them good morning. Maybe a friend, you're even scared to call them by name. So you just look at their face like this, good morning. You have to respect yourself. So my first day, it was not so scary, but at least and then I used to be a kind of troublesome guy, but I used to be very, very gentle my first day in school. So, and I used to sit at the back, not in front. You'll never find me.
So you and Shema used to sit at the back?
Back benchers.
Yeah.
Okay, for me,
You did.
okay, I remember for me the very, very first day, I was a silent killers. Okay, I was a silent lady and
Silent killer.
yeah, silent killer, but okay. I was so silent, by the way, and and I used to, I didn't talk much, I didn't associate with people, like socializing with people, so I was on my own world. Yeah, so I was not much, having friends and all that, so yeah.
What a lonely life.
Yeah, I was in a day school, not a boarding school.
Yes, we are together.
So when I say lonely life, it's like the moment we finish, when the time when time to go home, I used to go by myself, like
Alone.
Yeah, alone. Yeah, I used to go alone in the morning. Yeah, in high school you have your own desks, right?
Yeah.
So I used to sit alone.
No, not
Everything.
like that. In Nigeria, it's not like that. We have one long desk like this, so it's meant for 3 people. That 3-4 people. If you are many in that class, they can even put you 5 on that desk. So they'll squeeze you in the middle like this. Even when the teacher is talking, you look like a goat.
You had a desk, so I was. Yeah, I was not that friendly with people, with my fellow students. Yeah.
Introvert.
I think mine is now the opposite of all the three. I've been waiting for somebody to say that theirs was hype. Hey, when my first day I go, I was psyched up for secondary school. Finally, away from home. So I just nafika shule. We even arrived early. We were supposed to be in school by the time for me is starting at 8. My dad has insisted we've come all the way from Mombasa, Nairobi, going to Nakuru, Bahati girls. We've arrived to Mefika. So we are there. We are amongst the first people who arrived. I remember I got the early admissions. I was at 32 something. The way people's parents are there. They're bringing for them food. They're staying with them and chatting with them. I remember my mom was asleep in the car. And then my dad got to me a story hadi next year. He finished my admissions. I put my box. The next thing I know, we were told to go for lunch. So dad went to the car. He came back around 30 minutes later after I've eaten. I don't know why people hate high school food. Me, I loved my first day because I think that rice was lied to us. That first day lied to us rice because I think they cooked nice food on purpose.
To attract you. To get your attention.
So me, I was psyched up. I'm going to school with good food.
Sorry.
Little did I know all that would change. But then my dad comes back 30 minutes later. He's like, you know what, your mother is asleep in the car. We've not even stayed like other children and their parents. I just know my dad is like, we are going. We'll call later. He doesn't know our school does not allow calls, but it's okay. I didn't fret. I was happy to say goodbye. Okay, I wouldn't say good readers, but I'd say bye. Because these rules are under my roof. Let me enjoy this other place away from you people. The life of not being sent around, only to discover there are things called houseworks. So I sat down with my box in an area. Pigari, I don't know who I met. I honestly don't remember who the first person I met was. Oh, the first person I met was called Kelly Joyce. Way, bro. We don't know each other, but I was talking to her as though we've been childhood friends. I just sat at the outside of our dorms where we were told to sit, put our stuff. I just sat there. And then nimeanzisha story. Kidogo the group that was telling stories to just started growing. From fours looking at me from all over. And I was like, what is up? Who are they looking at? Then, my first day was noisy. I think it goes the same for when I transferred to Aga Khan. I was a noisy child.
I think for me, I was actually excited to join high school for day one. Reporting. I was so excited. I was looking forward to. So what are the rules?
The rules?
Yeah, what are the rules here, what's expected, I was so excited. I almost wanted to go to class on day one. I was looking forward to find out what do people study in high school.
Kusoma dictionary.
Serious people. Focus.
We went through the admission process. Went to the dormitory where I was spending. Placed my things. Then we were told, carry your plate. We are going for lunch. So that's where things changed. I took my plate and we went to eat, and we were told there's a good meal for you guys. Wow. The ugali and mboga that I found there.
Bitter house.
First of all, I saw the way ugali ilikuwa inachotwa with a plate like this. And I was like, you're supposed to cut ugali, Then the vegetables, it's like they were not even cut with a knife. It's like somebody cut them with a hand like this and boiled them with salt.
And you eat like this.
Yeah. So, and then they are like, eat quickly. We are going to the next step of orientation. So, I think that's where my mind changed and I realized, wow, what have I gotten myself into? So that was my first day.
It was unexpected.
Yeah, everything was okay until lunchtime reached.
By the way, permit me to say, I mentioned something like GS1 and SS1. After GS3, then SS1. You see, as SS1, that's the kind of high level stage in high school back home in Nigeria. So, and you're starting, like, it's called senior secondary school 1. So like a senior, you understand. So I was like boiling, no problem. I'm going to school. I never knew SS2 and SS3 guys are also waiting for me. The same way I was waiting to see GS3, GS2, GS1 guys. So they say the day I got to school as a first time and like in my class in class SS1, it wasn't so good because my sister was the vice principal of that school. My uncle was the teacher. I have another brother who was a teacher in that school. So apparently I have 4 people who are teachers in that school who bear the same name with me. You understand? And then I still have some other supporters like area brothers, stuff like that in that school. That day, I would like to cut short here.
Wait, now we are going to explain worse.
Oh my god.
Now, guys, let me ask you, like, let me start my worst experience in high school. Nila day I went to serve, not serving, but wash my plate. So when I went to wash the plate, I was in Form 1 by actually, and najenga wale Form 4 rude. So we were queuing, So while you're washing your plate, you have to queue. Do you remember? So somebody came, he took my plate and my spoon. When I tried to tell him, please, who told you? Who told you?
Senior.
In fact, you're in Form 1, right? Go and sleep. Wow, it was my very, very worst experience in high school, as in, missing food by then in high school.
It's like going to a party and then going to a wedding party and then they just serve you like this and then before getting to you food finish and then you start wondering, excuse me, what is going on?
Yeah, it was my worst experience, by the way. Yeah. And you, Shema?
Mine was also with a Form 4.
Form 4.
Because when I was in Form 1. You see the way Form 4s have this series exams before KCSE. Now it was during night time and they just come from an exam, so they're tired. So that time ya kuchota maji. Mimi ka Form 1, I just took my basket there.
You are
the front of the line. My bucket was taken, your magic and into the next person's bucket. Then the Form 4 just started piling their buckets there, piling until it was such a huge pile. So I went to the back of the line. It was the worst experience.
I don't think I ever had such.
Praise God. Remember I said going to a school whereby your teacher, your sister is a vice principal and then you have brothers and relatives in that school as workers, not students. You see, it has been one of the bad thing I ever experienced in my life. In fact, you got to a stage I have to change my school. I go to another school, and the next one I went was a male only school. Like, no, not a male student, but a male teacher only school. We only had one female teacher, and that one doesn't teach SS1, 2, 3. So now imagine just your mathematics teacher are male, English teacher are male, literature are male, all your teachers are male. Now let me start with the first school I went. There was a day I forgot we used tie, short sleeve, and then a kind of long trousers. So there was a day I went to school. Okay, I was late actually, but I had this in mind. Okay, I'm running late. They will deal with us. They will do this. So I forgot my tie back home. And then I got to the assembly ground. Then it was that stupid day they wanted checking those who are not using tie. So they started from JS1, JS2. Remember, I'm in SS1, I guess. So now when they were coming, I've seen one small girl like that in JS2. So before they got to me, I already passed my hand like this to remove a tie for me. So she removed the tie and then I used it. One of my brother just saw me that I collected tie from someone. And then he just came looking like this. then went to that girl, where's your tie? And then the girl was like, so he came to me and then asked, where's this girl's tie? So I removed it. That day I was beaten to the extent of, making a kind of circle like this, and then this one beat you, you run here, this one beat you back, you come here, this one beat you, that one beat you. In fact, the principal had to come that day and was like, please just leave this boy alone. And then there was a day we had English in class. That our English teacher, it doesn't beat too much, just 2 strokes. So that day we failed, all of us in class. So, and once someone is beating, someone who knows you is beating you, they beat you specially, you get. So I go to the front, permit me to stand up. I go to the front and then we have a kind of back pocket. So I put 2 pencils here, 2 pens here. So, and you have to face the blackboard like this if you want to beat you back in Nigeria. So I had gone, the man gave me one, boom. I never cried. People were looking at me. Please go. And then the second one like this, I just went back to sit down. After 5 minutes, I started crying. When I checked my pen and pencil, they are already broken. So I was like, excuse me, what is going on? Actually, I cried that day. I had a lot of bad experience, but I wouldn't want to say much because I don't want to start crying. Because it's painful, you understand?
Hey, and you, Nema?
Yeah, mine I guess would be called public embarrassment during evening prayers. So the school I went to, Bahati, we had church every morning and then prayers every evening, but then prayers was during parade. Yeah, June around 6:30, 6 to 6:30. Wow. Okay, so my principal decided that day. Actually, that thing stopped being a normal parade. It became what has never done prayers parade. It used to be, if I don't clap, you just say, Nema, you from the back, can you clap? Stop. So now everybody had to stop singing so that I start clapping. So that everybody starts clapping. And then that just became the normal trend. So the things became, the evening prayer stopped being a public parade. It became what has Nema not done or what has Nema done parade. Yeah, that was my worst experiences, I guess.
I think for me the worst experience was this time when there was this Form 2 student, and that was during the period where I was sitting for my KCSE during the second week, and there was a Form 2 student who was caught stealing. And so Form 4 attacked him, started beating him, he was being beaten up. And so we thought, I was a prefect, and so I was with the head boy and a few other prefects. So we decided, let's take this guy, save him, and take him to the administration block where the doors can be locked. So we took him there, gave him a blanket because he couldn't sleep in the dormitories because of insecurity. And then in the morning when the deputy arrived and asked, who are the people who dealt with you? He only mentioned the people he remembered who brought him there. Who were among us. We were beaten thoroughly. Actually, I was beaten. My back was really bleeding. I had the stripes of blood. And so Form 4 started calling me Black Jesus. I think it was my worst experience, considering that deputy had never caned me since I joined the school, and I thought I'd finished school without being caned. Yeah.
Guys, have you ever given your teacher the craziest names? You, Shema?
Oh, we had a CRE teacher we called Black Messiah. We had we had our English teacher. She used to read us this book that used to go called Aminata. So we nicknamed her that, Aminata. We nicknamed her Blossoms because because our set book is called Blossoms of the Savannah, but she always said Blossoms. Yeah, we had many.
Okay, number one, being a Nigerian and being in a school whereby the only teacher who are there are just male, you dare not do some stupid things. It's not a public school, it's a private school. So we are not that opportune to have many nicknames for teachers, but there is one I can never forget. We call him Ologwebi. That one means someone who has the medication to hunger. That is what Ologwebi means. I don't know how. It's very, very funny in Yoruba actually, but you see in English, translation is a problem.
For me, we had our biology teacher, tulikuwa tunamnickname mitochondria. Mitochondria.
Making me remember what I was supposed to remember.
Because every time she speaks, or like, okay, mko another topic, but she will remind you. And by the way, do you know mitochondria? Blah 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 blah. So, kila mtu akadecide let's call her mitochondria. You see, like she's coming, maybe quadrisha. You see, somebody is peeping. Mitochondria. Yeah.
I can't remember all my teachers. I can remember two. We named our principal Shosh. I don't even think she knows she's called Shosh. If it's still going, I think they still do. Because hey, that woman put us through a lot. She changed so much the school staff. Paka tukaanza tu kumwita Shosh. Actually, Shosh I think came up after she banned enters once.
Or she used to sleep.
By the way, she banned enters once, so we started saying, this person is old. And then as I said, we had church every morning. So she's Catholic, she's a sister. But then she'd make sure she sits at the back of the school principal overseeing people. And then when it's time to, when you see people, she'll tell people, don't sleep. You give her 10 minutes and look behind. You see a mother or somebody. And she's kneeling down, and then when people are standing up, she stays kneeling. You're like, what is wrong? She used to call her Shosh. And then we had another teacher called Mr. Mbogwa. He was our SWAT teacher. I mean our bio teacher. This guy decided he was a teacher of everything. So since he had all the names possible, he gave himself all the names, John, James, whatever. We gave up trying to find his first name, and in short, we named him Baho. I don't remember. Oh, yes, because every time he said biology, he would not say biology, he said biology.
And you did Joshua?
I think there were two teachers. There was one teacher, he was kind of brown. Actually, he was one of our CU patrons. Loved the Lord, he used to conduct the services. And he was a teacher of physics. Brown, looked like the musician Vibes Cartel. So when he joined the school, he was nicknamed Vibes. And then there is this teacher who kind of, he was nicknamed because of the head and then the way he used to shave the head. He was nicknamed Helmet.
When his head was bigger.
No, you don't say that. Obviously.
The head was not. Let me say the head was kind of, you see Chris's head plus the extension of the hair.
No, excuse me.
So
What are you trying to do?
The extension of the hair. Yeah, it was the forehead went plus the extension of the hair.
So you mean he sold the land on his head?
Yeah, so we called him, we nicknamed him Helmet. And of course he came to realize that we nicknamed him Helmet, and he started punishing people by hitting their heads. Like kind of, he punishes you instead of caning. He hits your head using his head. Yeah, so I think those are the ones I can talk about.
Okay, let me ask you the last question. Like for me, kuna some subjects I used to sleep in class. One is chemistry. But then I used to sleep, as in until I dream. I used to. I didn't know what Nicole like. Hey, have you ever gotten such experience? And which subject, by the way? Which one, math?
First, our physics teacher. There was a day she was introducing a new topic that was so ununderstandable until herself slept on the table. What? So I said, hey, no one was understanding anything. So people are raising their hands, asking questions. Herself, maybe, I don't know if she was understanding herself, but the whole class slept.
While teaching a man. How?
Okay, for me, I never used to be brilliant when I was in school. So almost all
subjects.
all subjects are problems. For example, let me start with mathematics. You see mathematics. My prayer is always, God, let me get to school and then let them tell us our mathematics teacher is sick. But I tell you, that man is stronger than a Nokia phone. That guy will never fall sick in his life. He teaches mathematics and physics, and then
It's all maths teachers.
I don't know their problem. Malim, if you are watching it, I'm sorry. But you need to be sincere. You used to be rugged then. If I even pray, God, let this man not just come to school. In fact, he will be the first person to open the school gate. And then the other issue I had was further mathematics. That is still mathematics. And then economics. And then let me not disgrace myself online. But you see, as you see me, so when I was in school, thank God for at least I graduated with a B. So I tried. I tried.
And you name which subject actually?
Let's just say there's no subject I have not slept in. Because first of all I wouldn't blame it on the games, but you see basketball. So we had practice every day. So I wouldn't say I was always tired, but sometimes though the teacher just honestly it also depends on how a teacher teaches. Because kuna times mwalimu anaweza funza na psych na nyote mkaya awake, and then there are times though, kwanza mwalimu was okay, no offense teacher, I love you. Okay, I loved you. My SWA teacher in Bahati, Lord knows, time ya kusoma set books, I was never awake. Hata mwenye alinigundua nikaanza kunil mbele ya class watu wakisoma. That time, then during maths, Lord have mercy, biology for Baho. We used to have a line where we knew our line was the back bench. Trust me, if you came to the back bench,
Kulala.
there was no one who was awake. When he walks, there's normally that front bench of ours who just wakes us up like this. And then we are all awake and wondering where we are and on which planet, but we have slept. Papa udende imetoka. Yeah, I just say all my subjects I've fallen asleep in.
You cannot cheat on sleep.
I think for me it was Kiswahili. Wow, man. First of all, I never understood. If there's the option of English, French, why is Kiswahili still compulsory all the way? You know? So I used to sleep a lot. I don't remember much from this. Actually, I don't remember anything from the set books because most of the time I was asleep. And the Kiswahili teacher, if he found you asleep, he would be like, angalia huyo ashalala paka mzee. So we nicknamed him paka mzee because he used to call people sleeping paka mzee. So you can imagine the number of times he called me paka mzee. Paka mzee means an old cat. So I think for me it was Kiswahili, and I was so glad when I finished high school because imagining that I won't meet Kiswahili again, yeah, it was such a relief for me.
And yours is just opposite of me. I love Yoruba. You see Yoruba, I love. In fact, I can do Yoruba from morning till night. I never failed Yoruba. In fact, God bless my Yoruba teacher wherever you are.
So guys, hope you have enjoyed the short period we have discussed. And by the way, don't forget to comment down there your experience, how you experience high school and the worst, and all that. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. And
Like and comment.
Yes. Yes, and by the way, guys, you can follow these people on
Shem Kigame IG.
Christopher Akintomiwa IG.
Hey.
Pure local IG. Pure_local.
Joshua Mordecai IG.
Yes, until next time.
Bye.
Please follow Jesus Christ on IG. Bye. See you guys.